care. And his case was very severe. But, thank God he's recovered and doing well. And we wish every person in the city of Chula Vista that has been affected or has suffered losses due to this horrible pandemic, we offer them our deepest prayers and condolences. And here also with us are members of our Chula Vista Housing Authority, Jennifer Bustamante, and then Ana Cabral. Thank you for all your work on the Housing Commission. They're really great assets to the city. We also have with us today our city manager, Maria Casillas, and we also have Tiffany Allen here with us, who is our Director of Development Services. And thank you, as always, Ann Steinberg, for putting this together. But we have some exciting news today about funding for our community to help residents affected by the pandemic to pay their rent and utility bills. At tomorrow's council meeting, we will be considering an item to accept $8 million from the federal government. We will also take action to apply for an additional $8.7 million from the state of California. That means we will have almost $17 million to allocate to rental assistance to residents that meet the income or other eligibility requirements. And that is why we are here today, to announce this opportunity to help our families that have been affected by the COVID pandemic to pay their rent and utility bills. We want everyone to be aware of this opportunity and to be ready to apply when the application information is posted and available. We know our families have been hard hit by COVID-19 pandemic. Many have struggled to pay the rent, gas, electric, water, and sewer bills. Some have been faced with these hardships for the first time ever. These funds can help those who meet the eligibility requirements to get those bills paid. To provide more detail about this program we're setting up, I'd like to welcome City Manager Maria Casillas to say a few words. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you, Mayor Casillas Salas. I would like to thank staff and our Housing Advisory Commission for their efforts and guidance in developing a program to distribute these funds, much needed state and federal funds, out into the community. As the mayor announced, Chula Vista qualified for a direct federal allocation of $8.1 million for emergency rent and utility assistance for our residents. Since we received the federal allocation, we are now eligible to apply for an additional $8.7 million in funds from the state of California. While we are thrilled to be able to provide these funds to our residents, we know we have a lot of work ahead of us. We need to get the information out quickly so our residents can submit their applications. Time is of the essence. There are many people in our community who have been disproportionately impacted by COVID-19. They need help. We also have some very strict deadlines that we have to meet in distributing these funds. So the city has set up a webpage for people to sign up for notifications on how and where to apply for these funds. Please visit chulavistaca.gov/tenant help. Now, we are also working on setting up a call-in number to assist our residents who don't have access to the internet or have challenges working technology. So we are already working with our utility providers as SDG&E, Sweetwater Authority, and Otay Water District to coordinate the process for helping our residents pay past due gas, electric, water, and sewer bills. Now, residents that pay the city directly for their sewer service can also get payment assistance. The Rent and Utility Assistance Program will be managed by community service providers that are experienced in implementing these kinds of programs. Now, in order to move quickly, we are asking the City Council to provide an initial $5.7 million grant to South Bay Community Services to augment their existing program to provide rent and utility assistance to Chula Vista residents. This is going to be considered at tomorrow night's council meeting. We'll also be posting a request for proposals to enlist other community service providers with experience managing federal and state grants to implement assistance programs. We have great partners who have experience in this area, and we will need their help in order to meet the various deadlines and get the money to those who need it the most. Thank you, Mayor, City Council, housing staff, and our Housing Advisory Commission for their leadership during the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, I would like to now invite Jennifer Bustamante from our Housing Advisory Commission to say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, my name is Jennifer Bustamante, and I'm on the Housing Advisory Commission. And I am very happy to be here to help announce this exciting opportunity for the city of Chula Vista. The Housing Advisory Commission has been very concerned about how our residents are making it through the COVID-19 pandemic. We are grateful that the city and other agencies have worked together this last year to provide rental assistance, coordinate for food distribution, support our students with Wi-Fi hotspots, and set up testing and vaccination centers in our community. The $17 million in state and federal funding will go a long way to help those who qualify with rent and utility payment assistance. Ms. Cabral.
As someone who has worked in government, I know sometimes projects take too long, but I am thrilled that these funds will go to our city government, to our community very quickly. I also plan to spread the word so that everyone who needs help knows where to go for this funding assistance. Thank you, Mayor, City Council, City Manager, and the housing staff for making this happen.
So thank you very much, and key to getting this money out and getting it going is our wonderful housing staff led by Leilani Hines and our capable group here. So I really want to thank you. I know for a fact that when this pandemic began, that this team over here has just knocked it out of the park and has worked so hard. We know everybody's tired of this COVID after a year, but our team just does not stop working. So I really want to thank all of you. And also, we are available for any kind of questions that you may have or one-on-one interviews. So does anyone out there have a question? Okay, well, thank you very much for attending this, and we'll be on standby here if you have any need for one-on-one questions. Okay, thank you. Thank you for being here.